working. Stream is up. Yes, sir. Let me make all these changes. Crap. Hold on, guys. Sorry, I just cut you guys off. Okay. Now I can turn it back over. Sorry. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Esports Broadcasting Network, a sim racing media company. We are live from Daytona International Speedway in beautiful sunny Florida for the Resurgence Xfinity Series. I am Angel Santiago, joined today by Tony Trapasso. Tony, have you got me?
I got you about as excited as I am to be here myself. Something about Xfinity Cars Daytona, just gets my blood pumping, and I'm excited to see what happens with this new league for the ESBN family of broadcasts.
Oh man, I am just as excited as well. I absolutely love Daytona. This is a home track for me. This is where I'm from. I live about 45 minutes south in Orlando, Florida, so I'm here every year for the Daytona 500 and seeing these. Actually, this year I get to go see the Xfinity cars. Uh, this next season coming up, so it's gonna be exciting. We got a air temperature 76 degrees, which is actually warm, just a little bit warmer than it is right now. Down here, a humidity that I wish was existed this low at 32%. 10 miles per hour wind sounds just about right. A little bit of a breezy day here in Central Florida. Track temps at 78 degrees. Of course, the altitude is little to none as we are right here in Daytona Beach, Florida. Right now, we're gonna go ahead and pull this off. We're following around with Kyle Henneman. I hope I didn't butcher that name. He is right now on track, putting down his qualifying lap in his number 66. Is that a Kmart Chevrolet?
Let me pull his car up and I'll tell you.
Yeah, I do believe that is a Kmart Chevrolet.
That is a Kmart special.
Very nice. I like that. Very old school in that sense. Just talking to someone the other day, whether Kmart even exists anymore.
Absolutely. Time's coming in hot and heavy right now as they're only giving them 5 minutes to do their 2 laps. Keaton Atkinson sitting atop the pile right now with a 50.67, about 10 thousandths to the good over Blake Reed, who currently sitting in second place. Got quite a few cars out on track right now, but a few cars deciding not to take time in the qualifying session. But a couple things to be mindful of tonight, Angel. They've only got 5 sets of tires to get them through the entire event. The good news is, being as it is the first race for the series, they are giving them 2 fast repairs tonight. So everybody's going to have 2 mulligans in their pocket.
Yeah, that's a big hit and take. I think we're gonna have how many drivers here today? Looks like
19.
19 cars. 19 cars. It's not a heavy set field. I think that should be just enough to get us through a solid evening of racing with that. Oh, and Liam to the point.
Wow.
Liam with a 50.60, a fast time, half a tenth faster than second place. Well, not anymore, but at the moment I said it was.
He was 50 thousandths to the good. Now only about 20 thousandths, but still, that's moving for solo qualifying.
Absolutely, big there. Liam driving the number 54 Toyota Supra. I'm gonna have to. I haven't done an Xfinity League before, so I'm gonna have to say that one correctly, and not say Camry here. But nice jump for Liam. Liam is part of our family here, the Esports Broadcasting Network. So we're happy to be here putting on his league for him. And as you said earlier, these Xfinity cars are one of the few cars you can have some fun with here at Daytona. Just super speedway package, and these cars by far and away better than most other super speedway packages. So I expect some fun racing tonight.
Absolutely. It probably has one of the most stable drafting packages of any of the big 3 cars that they give us in the iRacing servers. And what I mean by that is the the Gen 6 Cup car, the truck, or the Xfinity car. This one is the most stable in the pack. But looks like qualifying just coming to an end right now, just waiting for some cars to grid up. Liam Irving going to be starting up on the point, getting the Red Cat Quick Time Award. Jackson Gleason going to be starting outside, row number 1. Row 2 gives us Ryan Andrews and Bradley Wilson. Row 3 is going to give us Blake Reed and Keaton Atkinson. Carlin Forsyth and Joe Lester going to roll off in row 4. Row 5 sees Kyle Henneman and Danny Wells. Angel?
Rolling off here off row 6 is going to be Peter Nelson on the inside in the 11th spot. Sorry, in the number 84 car. James Morgan is 12th, and that infamous number 43. Damon Lester is going to be rolling off in row number 7 with Chris Worrell on his outside in the 14th position. Down here, row 8, Patrick Clapp on the inside in 15th. Austin J. Collins is going to be in 16th. You have Towel, or I'm not sure how we're saying that one correct.
That's the way I was about to say it.
Yeah. Owen is going to be in the number 17 car. I'm sorry, in 17th, the number 09 car. And then Austin Story is in row number 9. In row 10 on his own is Bennett Allen. Going to be rolling off last in the number 32 car. So only way to go from here is up.
Absolutely. 19 cars scheduled to roll off here tonight. 80 laps of scheduled distance. They've got 5 sets of tires to get it done with and only a 65% fuel fill. So we're looking, green flag pit stop should have a window between 20 and 25 laps. And I would like to point out that the top 13 are the only ones that actually did post, time in the qualifying session. 14th through 19th were set up via their iRating. But
well, that's not, you got 19 cars. You don't have to qualify. This is a track where you can start wherever you want. So, you're going to see varying strategies all evening long, and that's just what makes races like this so exciting to do.
Absolutely. And that's something we see every night, or every Friday night in the Circle B Diecast Super Speedway Series that we do here on ESBN. And a couple familiar names that I'm seeing that have run with that group in the past, most notably the 06 of Chris Worrell. Is going to be starting deep in the field, but I expect him to be up towards the front before too long here. But you hit the nail on the head. Qualifying doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot when you're able to bang off a 10-mile-an-hour draft advantage coming up through the pack. So
no, absolutely.
Field work. Absolutely is right. Field working its way down the back chute here at Daytona, the super stretch as they commonly call it. Again, front row, Liam Irving, chief cook and bottle washer for the league. Going to be starting up on the pole, getting the first pole award for the Resurgence Xfinity Series. He's going to be joined with that Casey's number 33 of Jackson Gleason on the outside of row number 1 as the field working its way into the 3-4 complex. Just waiting on that pace car to peel on off. Again, pit window under green flag conditions, you're looking probably about 20 to 25 laps. 5 sets of tires to get them through. So the set of tires that they qualified on, which is the set of tires they start the race on, then they've got 4 sets in their pocket. As the field works its way out of turn number 4, the only thing that's left to do is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness. Grandma, save me some pumpkin pie, because race fans, it's showtime!
And just like that, we are green here in Daytona National Speedway. Liam is going to stay on point here to start this race. They're going to go side by side, basically for every position behind him. He's going to try to hold on to the lead. A great start for him. And the number 88 of Ryan Andrew looking already to the high side. Ryan Andrew off of turn 2. He's going to be pushed to the lead now as they go down the backstretch, coming down here into turn 3.
Gleason had a little bit of a blink going into 1 and 2, Gleason had a little bit of a blink going into 1 and 2, and that's going to let Andrews get up in front and get in front of Irving as they work their way through the 3-4 complex. Still 2 wide, about 12 deep, as they're starting to get formed up right now. Now, with this being a new league, and a lot of these guys aren't familiar with running with each other, first thing you're going to do is you're going to try to play it easy, kind of take it cool, and see who you can work with. That's going to be the key to success here tonight. Who can you work with? Who's willing to work with you? And, getting on and off pit road with at least 2 other cars is going to be game changer.
You could not have said it more perfectly. Finding who your partners are going to be in tonight's race. Currently, Ryan Andrew, putting that number 88 to the front as quickly as he did, kind of just showing everybody, hey, I'm a guy to work with tonight. I'm going to be fast, and I'm going to prove it to everybody. Putting that 88 where it normally runs here in the Super Speedway.
Absolutely. Biggest mover so far is going to be the 06 of Chris Worrell, who we know knows how to handle himself on a super speedway track, as he is deep into the playoffs. Matter of fact, he made it into the round of 8 for the Friday Night League that we do here on ESBN. So, and Bennett Allen, wow, 47.31 this early in the event. Current quick time.
I think they're wrecking. Oh no, they didn't. Wow.
They did not. They were trying.
Man.
They were trying to.
I want to go back to that, but we got 3 wide for second place right now, and it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. They're staying 3 wide. They'd make it 4 if they had the room. As they come off turn 4 here down the front stretch, Liam is currently on point, but you got a blanket to throw over any one of those 7 or 8 cars in this front group right here.
Absolutely. James Morgan leading that extreme outside lane as he is getting pushed by Bradley Wilson, as right now Carlin Forsyth not able to really work that well with Irving. He's not close enough to really be as effective as he needs to be to get that bottom line moving forward. You got the 16 of Blake Reed there on the bottom as well, but so far we've got, and there we go, Wilson and Morgan both jobbing down to the inside lane, and we're under caution already. Looks like Tal Owens. Oh, jeepers, yes.
Oh, looks like slight contact with 24. Oh, was going to take out at least 2, 3 other cars in that situation. Man.
Yeah, that was ugly.
That was 24 of Keaton Atkinson, just kind of, let's see if I jump back here a little bit. See,
The 16 caught the apron, had to check up. The 24 checked up, catches the 9, catches the 09, catches the 33.
Yeah, I think, the 32 just had no way of knowing who's going to slow up the way he did, just trying to give everybody room. Just unfortunate set of circumstances for a couple of these drivers here who just wrong place at the wrong time. But as you mentioned before, we've got these drivers have 2 fast repairs. Kind of sucks to have to use your first one 5 laps in, but you still got 1 more in that back pocket to use.
Yeah, but a lot of these guys are right now still on the back foot. Luckily, nobody had to tow, so everybody was able to limp their wounded rides back around, to get the services done. And looks like Gleason and Atkinson, the only 2 that actually went down pit road. And there we go, wholesale pit stops for the rest of the field.
It's like Liam's going to be your only driver, or your first driver to stay out. Blake Reed, the number 16, is going to stay out as well. The 84 of Peter Nelson. The 66 of Kyle Henneman. I'm sure I'm butchering that somehow. But,
no, that's the way I was going to say it.
So those are currently your top 4. They decided to stay out. It looks like the 16 has a little bit of front end damage there. Is that me or?
Let me look. No, a little bit. That's bump drafting at a plate track for you. But fuel only for the vast majority of the guys that came down pit road that time. And as I say that, I don't think some of these guys realize they only have a limited set of tires, because some of them just took 4 in fuel. Some of them stayed on for damage repair, and some of these guys took 2. So, this is interesting.
Tires aren't always the biggest deal here. However, having a fresh set of tires at the end of the race might not be the worst thing. Really allows you to be aggressive and making some moves. So,
I was expecting fuel only for everybody that came down pit road there.
That's probably what I would have done. You're right, but I guess we'll have to see.
Absolutely, but
clearly our top four and our pole sitter, Liam, don't believe that's going to be a need right now. I would have definitely come down and top off. What did you say our fuel window was looking like?
20 to 25 laps with a 65% fuel fill.
Got it. Okay, 65%. That's a nice number right there. It's just a kind of gives you long enough races, but it also just enough to give some strategy to go with it.
Well, it's going to break this race up into about a three and a half
Looks
stop
like
race.
Kyle's going to come in and top off. So maybe he just wants to sit in the back of the pack.
Probably a safe
Allen.
bet. We're seeing a lot of guys coming down to top off again. I don't think anybody should be pit farming yet, but...
Ooh, I like this number 25. That's a good-looking 25. And that's saying that, obviously, as a Jeff Gordon fan, So,
lights go out on the pace car. Irving and Reed going to be up on the point, and just as I predicted, didn't take long for that Balls Garana number 6 of Chris Worrell to get up there into contention for leading this piece.
It's a good-looking number 6 car. A little bit of the that 98 RCA car vibes driven by John Andretti drove that car, right?
I think you're right.
Yeah, I know somebody else did too, but I think John Andretti. But it gives me that type of vibe, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. I like it. And I'd like to thank everybody that's watching in the live chat right now. Go ahead and drop a comment and tell us who you're pulling for, and we'll try to highlight them at some point.
Absolutely, we'd be happy to.
If you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, share, and turn on bell notifications because we do this every night of the week. At least one race a night.
You are correct. And as you mentioned, that number 6, you said is races in the Friday Night League that we broadcast. So there's a lot of times where you can get some of these drivers that are in other leagues that happen to be broadcasted by us. So keep following us, seeing maybe where your favorite drivers are racing, and maybe get yourself a different driver for each one of these series. That's the nice part about it. Plenty to go around, plenty of drivers to be fans of and rooting on. And here we are, ready to go green.
Absolutely. As the field works its way out of turn number 4, pace car drops down below the apron onto pit road. It goes. Green flag is out, and we are back underway. Irving pulls the trigger, and 16 immediately drops down in front of Nelson in the 84. Those guys getting stem to stern already. And, yeah, you are absolutely correct. The front of Blake Reed's car has seen better days. But right now, that outside lane starting to get hooked up. That's Wilson and Worrell trying to make it happen as a 2x2 tandem, the 2 Toyotas on the high side. Worrell with the nose out front as they haul it down the super stretch drag race into turn number 3.
And what a run on the outside, as you mentioned, for Chris Worrell and the number 51 pushing right behind them. They're going to take the lead and more. They are going to clear for first. 51 decides that he's going to stay on the outside of the 6. He's going to use some of that drafting help from James Morgan, who was our leader at the caution. Came down pit road. He is back up there, ready to take the lead almost. As they come across the finish line, Bradley Wilson will lead this lap.
Absolutely. Wilson, Morgan, and Worrell, your top 3 right now, as we are still 2 wide, about 8 deep.
My goodness, these drivers are right on top of each other, and it's great to see this outside line working as hard as it is. The 6, Chris Worrell's got... Oh, he's going to throw the block. Not quite enough. There's 3 wide now going down the backstretch.
That's not something you ever want to see. Worst thing you can hear your spotter say in the iRacing servers is 3 wide, you're the meat.
Oh, my goodness, what a fantastic drive by all these drivers here, keeping off of each other. We're back to side-by-side racing, 4 rows deep. 6 of Chris Worrell. He's going to jump back to the outside, looking to make him 3 wide once again. Who leads this lap? I think it's going to be Bradley again.
Give it to Bradley. Irving right there, though. 2 1,000ths of a second behind him.
Here comes that outside lane.
Yes, it is. And we got 3 Toyotas, 4 Toyotas lined up on the high side trying to make it happen right now. As Toyota's leading this thing, all your 3 front runners are Toyotas.
Guys, we are 3 wide. My goodness, these drivers are putting it out. The 16, Chris Worrell, just 2 laps ago, we saw him getting just absolutely moved to the back end of this of the pack, and here he is back in the lead on the in the middle as they come off of turn 4.
Absolutely, getting a good shove right now from Wilson up the middle lane, as looks like Irving bows out of it and it kind of drops to the back. Not liking how chippy it was getting up at the front of this thing. Maybe he's thinking exactly what I was thinking there. As the 32 dives it to the inside, that's Bennett Allen. No real help to speak of yet as the 43 drops down to go with him. And they are side by side, two deep, going down the back straightaway. Drag race into turn number 3. Worrell and Wilson with the noses out front right now. Here comes the Chevy on the inside.
I don't know about you, but these Toyota Supras, they are bad fast tonight. We don't typically see a lot of Toyotas in some of these fields, but the Xfinity cars have a lot of them, and they do look very nice from the front ends. And here we are, 3 wide, almost 3 wide for second. It'll be Chris Worrell with the lead this time around. Bennett Allen to his inside. Here comes the number 9 of Joseph Lester. He's looking to make them 3 wide as they drive through 1 and 2. Oh, they get close up next to each other. No contact. I think the 9 touched the wall. They're still good to go.
Lester ate the wall, as did the 23. Both of them just cheese gratering the right side of those Toyota Supras. They're going to have to burn their fast repair next time they bring it down pit road. Hopefully they don't lose the draft here. As Worrell drives down and just throws the block on Bennett Allen. Checks everybody up behind him as Allen had a run and had to lift. Little bit of separation now between Allen and Morgan as these guys are racing like it's the last lap, and we're only getting ready to put number 12 in the books.
Man, that time around, Bennett Allen was your leader. My goodness, here it is, the number 43, taking him 3 wide on the outside. He's got draft and help from behind with the number 51. That 51 has been strong all day long so far. I know we're only 12 laps into this race, but he has pushed multiple drivers to the lead, and he's showing everybody, I can be a great drafting partner. Here come the end of this race. Look at the lead they have over everybody else. That's almost 0.3 of a second.
Absolutely. These guys are just flat picking it up and laying it down, and not a lot of separation between the entirety of the field. The only one that's kind of off pace right now is the 09. Atal Owens is he's way off the pace. Good grief.
This would be why. He's got no front end on this 09 car right now, so.
Oh, yeah, we got one around on the front stretch.
Oh, multiple round. Heavy contact for Liam. Oh, they're wrecking after the caution as well. My goodness.
That started with the 25 of Lester.
Let's see what exactly happened here. We're going to jump to your start-finish line camera. We're going to see here. It looks like, I'm not sure if maybe
he tried to shoot the gap between the in front of the 32 and just ran out of room.
Oh, Liam had nowhere to go. Multiple drivers, just nowhere to go right there.
Absolutely.
So you saw Liam backed out of this trying to get away from this mess, and he ended up being involved in it anyways, which goes to show you could be wherever you want on this track, and it doesn't matter. You can get caught up in something.
Yeah, and that was a hard hit into the outside wall. And Joe Lester caught a good one, too. So both the Lesters having issues. Gets a hip check from the 84, spins it down onto the apron in one and going into one. Doesn't look like a ton of damage on the 9, but it would behoove some of these guys to burn their fast repair. Yeah,
they more than likely are going to need to. James joining us here in the comments section. He said, is that Tony T in the booth? Tony, tell James hello.
Hello.
He did say he thinks Supers are definitely better at the super speedways. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but I mean, right now they seem pretty strong, even with the number 43 leading this race in the Chevy Camaro.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Morgan, the reason he's sitting at the front of this piece is because of that Toyota Supra of Brad Wilson. As looks like we got wholesale pit stops starting to happen now.
Comes everybody coming down pit lane. Looks like Jackson Gleason will be the only driver not on pit lane right now.
Which is surprising considering that, he's 10 laps into his current fuel run.
It's about half a fuel run almost.
Yeah, pretty much. So you'd think that he would just go down and at least get fuel, which is exactly what most of the people who came down pit road did. At least Wilson, Morgan, Lester, Andrew, Worrell, Reed, and Story. Everybody else looks like they are doing damage repair. They're not burning their fast repairs, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, you got two of them. I mean, if you have 20, 30 seconds of repairs, it's a long pace lap. Go ahead and just see what it's looking like.
Uh,
And we could
I
see
guess,
the
I guess
33
you're right.
come down this time around as well. That's entirely possible. I say Bradley Wilson took the lead on the pit stop. He was behind the number 43 James Morgan, so great job to him on pit lane and his pit crew getting him out there first.
Absolutely, is 6.1 in the box as opposed to a 6.3 for most of the rest of the guys that came down for fuel only. And as they work their way out of turn number 4,
Here comes another 33.
there you go. You called it.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where maybe he just wants to stay out back and decides he'll stay out, lead a lap, and then come down pit lane afterwards. Not always
That's
the worst
just it.
strategy.
I don't think he's going to get credited with leading the lap. So
No, he should have from coming when everybody else came down pit lane that last time. He should have been in
Nope.
the lead. No.
Nope,
Oh well, then never mind.
because he was so far back that he didn't get to the start-finish line before the 43 crossed the what would be the start-finish line that extends across pit lane.
Got it. That is correct. All right, I do believe these pace lights are off. We're getting ready to go green here. 17 laps into this race. It'll be lap 18 of 80.
They might need to extend this caution because I'm seeing a lot of guys that have not caught the tail end of the field, and I count at least six. I count at least 6 cars that are getting ready to cold trickle the field when we go back to green.
I was about to say a couple of these guys might Kyle Busch the field, but I like the Cold Trickle reference better.
So Wilson, Morgan, Andrew, Lester, Reed, Worrell, Nelson, Story, Lester, and Gleason, your top 10 as we get ready to turn them back loose. Getting ready to put lap 17 of 80 in the books. And, you've got the two guys that have been the strongest all night long are currently sitting up at the front of this piece. And you got to wonder what type of restart are we about to see. This is going to be the first time that Wilson's had the button all night long. Pace car is in. Green flag is out, and we are back underway. Now, the question is, did he get too good of a restart?
We'll have to see. He's going to slide right up here in front of, I believe that is the number 43, correct, of James Morgan.
Yes.
So, looks like they're starting to try to get this outside lane working. This outside lane has honestly been pretty dominant, in my opinion. I feel like it's been getting together, and they're working together far better than the inside, and I think that's where we've seen most of our passes for the lead today.
Absolutely. If you can get, 3 or 4 cars up there working together, using the draft to, as advantageous as they can, it'll definitely, that's definitely the preferred line to be in. But right now, it's Joe Lester and Chris Worrell on the inside, and they've got the 23.
Yes, that would be the number 23 of Austin Story. So that time around, Joseph Lester was your leader, but Bradley Wilson on that outside, he's been strong all day and out there trying to prove why. James Morgan, the number 43, trying to show that he's not just a leader, he's a pusher as well. They're side by side. Oh, it looks like the 9 makes slight contact with the 6, decides, I'm going to go ahead and pull completely out of this. That's going to hurt the inside lane a little bit.
Well, it's going to hurt it a little bit, but not too badly, as the 51 and the 43 drop down in front of the 6. They work their way through the 3-4 complex, and
here comes the 6.
A little bit of
peak
separation.
High.
Absolutely.
Well, that 88 is right behind him, and that 88 was strong to start. Like, he got shuffled back a little bit, but he is back to the front. He's going to give a nice hard shove to the number 6 here as they go driving down the front stretch into turn 1. We might have a battle for the lead here coming off turn 2.
Well, we're about to see if the 88 can get to the back bumper of the 6. It's going to be a lot better for the 6 as you've got some good drafting going on that inside lane. It's going to take yeoman's work to make that outside lane happen right now as Wilson and Morgans continue to show the way at the front of this piece. And the only Chevy in the top 5 right now is the 43 of Morgan. Everything else is from across the big pond.
Yeah, I haven't seen a Ford in this field. Have you?
There is one Ford in the field, and that's the 65 of Pat Clapp.
All right. Well, Pat, I will be. I'm rooting for the number 65 then.
Right now, Toyota dominates at the front of this piece, though, as they work their way down the super stretch one more time. Wilson, Worrell, Morgan, Andrew, Story, and Reed, your top 6. Throw a blanket over those guys as they haul it off into turn number 3 one more time.
8 of your top 10 that last time around just drove their fastest laps of the day. We are 25% through this race, 20 laps complete. We're now coming to 21 laps complete. Who leads this one? I think the 6 has a big enough push. He does. The 88 all over his back bumper, pushing the number 6 of Chris Worrell to the lead.
They finally got it sorted out in that second lane. The 88 ducks out to get some cool air to the radiator as he was sucked up behind the 6. And it's something you really got to be mindful of at these plate tracks. It's very easy to overheat these engines as Joe Lester sets quick time of the event so far, 46.72.
That's a blazing fast lap. To put that into comparison, Chris Worrell, your leader, Bradley Wilson, your leader, his fastest lap is 7/10 slower than that.
Yes, it is.
See, I think that's a 16 to the high side there. That's Blake Reed, correct? He's deciding to fall back out of this.
Yeah, he's trying to get some cool air to that radiator because he was sucked up right behind the 88. And you don't get a lot of air to the radiator if you're the second in the draft line. You're third, forget it. As we are working lap 23 of 80 here at Daytona for the Resurgence Xfinity Series. And they are quickly approaching a lap car, and it looks like it might be the 09 of Tal Owens.
Yes, that is the 09 of Tal Owens. I'm not sure what happened. Does he now have his fast repairs that he hasn't used them yet? In danger now of being the second car one lap down. Kean Atkinson is the other car currently one lap down, having been involved in that last wreck. The outside lane back again. I swear every single time this inside lane takes over the outside lane, looks like it's going to be defeated, and out of nowhere they're back at it again, trying to push whoever's in the front of that pack to the lead.
Absolutely, and that's what you're going to see all night long here tonight, that outside lane trying to make some headway. But if you are second or third in line on that inside, you've got to be real mindful of your temps, your water temp and your oil temp, because it's very easy to twiff an engine here at Daytona.
You are correct. Great job there by everybody getting past the lap car. Tal Owen as well doing a fantastic job staying up as close to the wall as possible. No issues right there. That'll make for a nice seamless transition getting past the lap car. There now they're just competing lap 24 and lap 25. We are still side by side, 4 rows deep as the front pack comes across here. What a battle. I mean, these guys are just right on top of each other the entire time. This is making for some fantastic racing as they fly down the backstretch right now, going at speeds of 190 plus miles per hour.
Absolutely. And you can pretty much throw a blanket over your top 11. Then you've got a little bit of separation back to that second group that's being led by Pat Clapp right now, and the only Ford in the field. Then you've got a big separation back to the 33 of Gleason, as something had to have happened on the restart to drop the 33 back as far as he did. I don't think he was able to catch the tail end of the field when they went back to green. There were still some stragglers back there, and unfortunately, some of them got caught behind the 8 ball.
Well, that might not be the worst thing in case some of these other drivers, maybe a caution comes out again. They'll get right back in, still in the lead lap, and a clean car to go with it as the 51 dives to the outside of the number 6. He's got push and help once again from James Morgan to 43. They're looking to take the lead back away from Chris Worrell, and here comes the number 88, Ryan Andrew, with them on the outside. 43 and 51 dive to the bottom. 88's got a nice run. He's going to have a push from, I believe, the number 32 behind him as they come off turn 4 down to the start-finish line.
Absolutely. Bennett Allen going to need to work better with the 88 of Ryan Andrews if they want to make some headway in that second lane, because right now the 51 of Wilson and the 43 of Morgan are just in lockstep, and they're almost like they're teammates right now.
Man, the way they are driving, you are correct. Looks like they have been racing with each other forever. They know exactly what to do to help each other get back to the lead, and they are not holding back whatsoever. The 43 giving a hard shove to the 51 down the backstretch here into turn 3.
Absolutely, as they locked the bumpers as Worrell swings it to the high side, trying to get some fresh air to his radiator. He's going to have to be careful because here comes the 23 to his inside, not going to be able to duck back down into line. He's going to need to get some help from the 88 if he's going to want to get back up towards the front of this field. Coming across the stripe, give it to the 51 of Wilson as they come up on the lap car. I believe that is the 30. No, that is the 24 again of Atkinson. And still a lot of damage on that car.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and lose his second lap so far here. I did check just to make sure, and no, the 43 and the 51 are not teammates, so but certainly working like it here. But Chris Worrell back to the outside here in the number 6 car. He's going to cut off the nose of the 51. Yes. Oh, they made contact. What great driving. They're all going to save it and keep it going. Wow.
They were trying to wreck.
Oh, my goodness, what fantastic driving by every single one of those drivers right there. I cannot believe that. I thought for sure we were going to have the big one.
Absolutely. Is the 43 doing the right thing and backing off early because he saw what was coming, because the last thing you want to do is try to push the pusher. That's just going to wad everybody up, especially at the front of this field. And the last thing you need is those first 2 rows to take everybody out.
Yes, absolutely.
They haul it down the super stretch one more time as they are fast approaching Carlin Forsyth in the 67. He is going to be the next car to go a lap down. Currently 17 cars on the lead lap. Forsyth being the 17th. He's about to go a lap down, though, as they work their way through 3 and 4. Forsyth about 20 miles an hour off the pace.
Tony, one of my favorite things to do every single race is jump on board with one car just to see what these drivers get to have are looking through here. Which card should we go ahead and look onto?
How about Wilson in the 51?
I think that's a great idea here. I want to turn off the ticker up top just a little, just so you guys can see through his mirror and see exactly. I mean, this is the exact view that your driver's getting right now. So this shows exactly what they have to look through. It's not a lot of room in there, especially as they come up on that lap car.
Absolutely. I don't think it's a written rule, but so far all the lap cars going to the extreme outside to give the leaders the preferred 2 lanes. So, gentlemanly racing happening so far here tonight. As Ryan Andrews in the 88 with a nose out front.
I'll say some smart driving here by Wilson. You see, he's jumping just a little bit down to the apron on these straightaways, trying to get some air to the front end of that car, keeping it cool. Smart idea there for Bradley Wilson as they drive here into turn 3.
Absolutely. Still 2 wide, about 6 deep right now as they work their way through 3 and 4. Worrell, Wilson, Andrew, Allen, Wells, Morgan, Lester, Reed. Throw a blanket over your top 8.
Currently our biggest mover of the race for the Esports Broadcasting Network is the number 32 of Bennett Allen. Now up, he was 14 spots here. Quite a big move here, starting in dead last and 19th, up here into the top 5 for that number 32, who decided not to qualify.
Yeah, absolutely. You see a lot of damage on the front of the 32. Looks like he has been doing his share of pushing here tonight. Is that Supra front bumper looks a little bit more like a Camaro front bumper than it should.
Yeah, it's pretty flattened out there. You see the number 31 of Danny Wells going to the outside, going to get shuffled back ever so slightly. Falls right back in line here behind the number 9 of Joseph Lester, trying to make his way back up to the field.
Absolutely. A couple laps ago, we saw Lester at the front of this piece. He bailed out and now has worked his way back up. And he could just be testing the waters to see, how long, if I do drop back, how long is it going to take me to get back up towards the front of this? And right now, he's putting his car exactly where he needs to put it to make that headway.
Smart idea there. Here comes the number 43. 43 jumps high. He's going to take the lead off Chris Worrell here. Not a ton of help, but I do think he's got a car. Oh, they're wrecking behind.
Holy cow.
Oh, hold on. That's not the best view for everybody here.
Oh, man. Well, there's our first, thank God this is a simulator moment of the night.
Yeah, it looks like the 25 went to go up, thought he had some more room on the 31, and that poor lap car just trying to stay out of the way and just has nowhere to go, gets taken out in this one. That'll take out multiple drivers. The 23 almost made it out, takes heavy damage, as does the 64. 65, I believe, takes some heavy damage as well.
84 caught a race car to the face.
All right, so we are currently 33 laps competed, currently on lap 34 of an 80-lap race. We're almost at the halfway point here. We have some exciting racing and quite a few contenders. You really could still decide this race. Anybody here looking like they have a chance to win it with the way we've had this race go so far.
Yeah, absolutely. It just, I mean, this is super speedway racing in the iRacing servers. So, the fact that these guys have been able to run as long as they did. I mean, we just saw a pretty decent chunk, good 15, 20, almost 20 laps under green flag conditions there. So
yeah, easy choice. Everybody come down pit lane. Maybe get yourself 4 fresh Goodyears while they top off the tank. You're gonna need it.
well, we are about to see. Wholesale pit stops. Right sides, left sides. Yeah, now would be a good time to take the tires, because you can make it from here on tires. So if you just need fuel, it's going to make your pit stop so much quicker if we stay green. So, as we have 35 laps in the books, looks like Worrell winning the battle off pit road. Blake Reed winning the battle off pit road there, as he took fuel only. Joe Lester took 2. And you got to wonder if some of these guys are actually going to burn their fast repair, because I see a lot of them trying to pit farm the car. I don't think they realize that they've got 2 fast repairs.
Are we wrong? We're not wrong.
No, I'm looking right at the race info right now. 2 fast repairs.
You are correct. I don't distrust Tony. So it looks like maybe, I don't know. I couldn't give you a guess as to what they're doing.
I don't know. Some days it's just not worth chewing through the leather straps. But again, I want to thank everybody that's tuning in right now. Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, share, turn on bell notification, tattoo it on your dog's forehead, spray paint it on your mom's apartment wall. Whatever you got to do to remember to tune in every night of the week, because we do this at least one night a week. Some nights we've got double headers. Some nights we've got triple headers.
Well,
So,
any nights we're doing double, triple headers. As long as you're listening to me or you, I think I'm fine with that one. No,
well,
oh, we're just poking fun with our other producers here. Everybody does a great job, and no matter which race you're going to be watching, you know you're getting some of the best that are out here and some of the best racing we can offer.
absolutely. As Blake Reed going to lead us back to green, as a couple of cars getting a late wave around. Not sure if they're. I mean, I don't think he's going to make. I definitely don't think the Towel Owens in the 09 is going to make it back around before we go back to green. As some of these
No,
guys,
not at all.
they might have to extend this caution because the field working its way through the 3-4 complex right now.
Yeah, these two will make it. This is Liam and Keaton Atkinson right there. They'll make it. Quite a few drivers staying quite a
I
bit
don't
far back
know.
here. Maybe
Well,
they
here we
might have to
go.
be. They might have to be waiting for Liam to come across. Not sure. They're slow through here. Here they go. We are green once again. Lap 37, 36 in the books. Back to racing here at Daytona.
That was an ugly restart for the mid pack.
Yeah, it's probably just one of those iRacing situations where iRacing wants you to wait for somebody to pass you, and then all of a sudden it's no, just go. You know how iRacing timing can be a little screwy sometimes in that sense.
Absolutely is. A little bit of pucker moment for Blake Reed as he caught the apron coming through the middle of 1 and 2. That checks up that inside lane. It's going to let Lester get the run on the high side, and he's got the 51 right there with him. As we're 3 wide going through 3 and 4.
We're 3 wide for first. The 9's going to be stuck in the middle. Can they keep it here? He's looking to try to side draft. He's got absolutely no help. Here they are scattering around. 3 wide for multiple positions. And here comes the 88 taking it 3 wide for the lead as they go across the start-finish line.
Good grief.
Is this the last lap? Am I forgetting something? Is there a prize for leading at 40?
I was just double checking the lap count myself because, yeah, this is stuff you would be seeing within the last 2 to 3 laps of this event, not, on 38, lap 38 of 80. We're not even to the halfway mark yet. As Worrell getting a good shove from Lester on the high side, and that is the 16 of Reed getting pushed from our current biggest mover, Bennett Allen, on the low side. And a little bit more separation than we've seen previously in the front of this piece.
Yeah, but all those drivers are behind. Everybody's just kind of chilling in line there. Other than these top 5 or 6 drivers that are battling hard, everybody else is just kind of chilling back there. Right there in line, just trying to make it around, at least hopefully past halfway before having to use another faster pair. But these top 5 drivers, I think there's money. There's got to be money for leading at halfway here, because these guys are racing like it's the last lap as they drive. Here you can see the 43 and the 51 back into the picture. No surprise there. My goodness, the battling is just fantastic so far here. Haven't had a fun race at Daytona like this in a very long time. Oh, looks like the 32 is a little bit off track there.
That was the 16 getting a
16,
little
right.
sideways coming through 3 and 4. Caught the apron. Going to have to drop back to the tail end of that little freight train that he was leading at one point.
That just hurt the bottom line completely. You see the outside kind of make its way around. Chris Worrell back to the lead. He's not going to have drafting help. No, he's going to lose his drafting help from the 88. Put the 32, Bennett Allen, started in last place. He is up to the lead. He's now got the 88, though. Ryan Andrew right next to him, trying to take the lead from the outside. You got 2 of the best pushers so far in this race, pushing hard from that second row. The 9 looking to take the middle, not enough room. Wow, these guys are all over each other.
Absolutely, as that's the 32 of Allen leading that low lane. Lester has been up front all night. The 88 has been up front all night. The 6 has been up front all night. Not a big shocker right now, as it looks like the 51 and the 43 are starting to kind of regroup here as they are running stem to stern, not quite bumper to bumper, but they're getting organized, and that's going to spell disaster for the rest of those guys in the front of this piece if those two guys can get organized a little bit better than they currently are. Right now, though, the 88 with the nose out front as they haul it off into turn number 3. The 32 on the low side. 88 drops down in front of Andrews, drops down in front of Allen. Here comes Worrell. He's got the 43 for help. And we've seen this time and time again. Good push out of turn number 4. Drag race coming to the stripe. We're getting ready to put lap 41 in the books. Give it to Worrell by 2/1000ths of a second.
My God, I just have no other words. This is not really surprising. These Xfinity cars are so much fun to drive here. Here comes the 43 of James Morgan. He pushes the 6 just far enough. Drops down in front of the 88. He's looking to take the lead. He's got help from the 88, but 6 has help from the 51 and the 16. 16 looking high. Decides not to. He'll drop back in the line here.
Absolutely. As Worrell, we've seen time and time again, loves to use that outside lane. Drops down in front of Morgan as Worrell back to the point coming out of turn number 4. The 51 of Wilson has Reed giving him a push. 43 of Morgan looking to throw the block. Does it effectively, takes all the momentum away from Wilson. These guys were working well together earlier. They're not playing quite so nice together now as we are just past halfway.
Talking about the number 84 in Peter Nelson, we saw him take heavy damage, as you had mentioned earlier in that wreck. Nice recovery so far, running up here in the top 5, top 7, just kind of relaxing, but made his way back up here to the front.
Absolutely. Whoa!
Wow.
That was a big moment on the back straightaway.
Wow, that was the number 32, I believe, and
yes, it was 88.
Wow. Big moment. Nice job again. These guys have had some crazy moments where I thought, oh, and just right there, almost another one. Side drafting hard through there, but Chris Worrell's still going to lead that lap.
Well, they're like I said, they're trying to wreck. They're just a little more talented than they need to be able to pull that wreck off.
Oh my goodness! I want to be down there racing. This is like fun.
You know what else is fun? Go find a 5-pound ball peen hammer at your local big box hardware store. And then go over to the biggest toolbox they have. Put your hand on top of the toolbox. Take that 5-pound ball peen hammer and smack yourself right across the knuckles.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Not the same effect.
Oh my goodness. These guys, here comes the 16 going to back out of here. He's just right back in the line in the 6th position. 32 is pushing hard at the back end of Chris Worrell. They look to make the block. The 51 doesn't have the opportunity. The 43 is there. 51 looking to make some side draft as they go through 1 and 2. The 43 is going to hold on to the lead, but the 6 and the 32 are going to have a nice run. Can the 16 get up there and give them any help? Help try to clear number 6, Chris Worrell, back into the lead.
Well, they're working on it right now as they are stem to stern. Not quite bumper to bumper, but you definitely don't want to be, especially in this car. As they're still side by side for the lead. That's Worrell on the high side, Morgan on the low side. So they work their way out of turn number 4. The 32 pushing the daylights out of the 6. Coming to the stripe. Give it to Worrell by 5/1000ths of a second.
We are down to 35 laps to go, and this is exactly what you would expect, except they've been doing it all race long. 43 right there pushing hard, and Chris Worrell, I expect to see the 43 probably jump to his high side here and take the lead. You see the 51 clear the 32. Here it is. No surprise there.
You knew it was coming when, as soon as Worrell went to the low side, you knew the 43 did not want to follow anybody and brings the 51 with him.
And
something's going on there.
I think they just that just was perfectly timed. Whether on purpose or not, it worked out perfectly in their favor to get that much of a run off of turn 2 down the backstretch into the lead, dropping Worrell from 1st to 4th.
Yeah, there was something hinky going on there because that's not normal.
I think, as you said, that's the quality of racer we have in tonight's race. Every single one of these guys being aggressive, pushing hard, as is Blake Reed in the number 16. He is back up to the front of this pack here. We haven't heard much about him, and here he is leading in front of these guys that have been absolutely dominant here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. As Reed trying to lead that outside lane. He's got Worrell and the 32 of Allen right there with him coming out of turn number 4. Worrell looking to make it 3 wide as he shoots the gap up the middle.
And then 32 is going to drop in behind number 80, the number 51. The 88 is that 5th car in line coming up on the high side behind the 16, trying to use some of that draft. Right now, you put the 43 back on point. Everybody's single file here for at least a moment through 1 and 2.
Well, they're going to have to because they're coming up very quickly on the lap car. I believe that's Tal Owens in the 09. Yes, it is.
That last time around, Kyle Henneman in the number 66 back in 15th put down his fastest lap of the day here. So look at that run he's got going into turn 3.
Absolutely. These guys are picking them up and laying them down. I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing so far here tonight. And again, Joe Lester in the 9 still has the quick lap of the event with a 46.72. There's only been 2 drivers so far tonight that have gone sub 47. Danny Wells in the 31 being the other one.
Actually, Patrick Chapman.
And I just noticed that. Yeah. You're right.
I just noticed that one as well. Not sure what happened to him. I think he got involved in that last accident. But yeah, speeds are there. It's at top speed for a lot of these drivers so far. Seeing in the 200s in this last run so far since the restart. The number 6 got help from the number 88 once again on that high side. The 32, you got 3 cars lined up on the bottom. 25 and 84 are going to come with a nice run off of turn 2. Which way do they go, and where do they add their momentum to?
3rd lane.
Oh, that'd be even better.
As Worrell with the nose out front as they haul it off into turn number 1. Morgan led the lap. Worrell, though, with a head of steam on that outside lane. The 88 ducking out to try to get some fresh air to that radiator so he doesn't overheat that Camaro.
You say that, but here he is. He does that, and then immediately all over the bumper of the 6 through the turns. It is hard to find somebody that you can trust to push you through the middle of the turns, but the 88 was all over the back bumper of that 6 whenever he wasn't trying to get some air. Oh, contact with the 32 and the 88. Great save.
That could have ended 8 different kinds of poorly. Luckily, everybody heads up driving, keeping them off the wall.
Oh, they're wrecking behind, though.
Yeah, there we
big
go.
Wreck. No, not so much of a big wreck.
They were trying to.
I don't know.
They were trying to.
How? Oh, here's the other flag. Oh!
25 eats the wall.
Okay, so let's oh, that is some neck code right there. Look at this. There's space in between those 2 cars.
It started with the 09 of Tal Owens. Caught a huge piece of that one. As
look at this. Look at the space there. I mean,
oh, that's aero. That was all aero. You know, when you're in the sucker hole, you don't have any air going to that rear spoiler, and there's a bump coming off of 4 that it just unsettled the car, and up into the 25 he went, and then collected everybody behind him.
I think Liam is under this car. Let's look at his cockpit view. Oh yeah. Well, that wasn't too bad.
Well, we almost got a fuel run in. Currently working lap 52. Last time these guys were down pit road was lap 34. So almost a full fuel run that time.
Well, you know, this is putting these guys right at the edge of their fuel run, actually, if I'm not mistaken, right? You said about 25 laps?
Yeah.
So is my
You
math
can't make
correct?
it from here.
You can't make it from here?
No.
Well, we're going to have probably about 25 laps, 26 laps left.
He figures three laps of caution here at the speedways.
It's going to be close.
You cannot make it from here. Not on a 65% fuel fill. But yeah, wholesale pit stops for everybody on the lead lap though. But yeah, you definitely cannot make it from here. So I would expect to see everybody to take a set of tires here, pack it full of fuel.
Ooh, the 6 overshoots his pit box. That'll cost him the lead.
Most likely.
Ooh, is the 80? What happened to the 84 there?
Bennett Allen, the 32, taking fuel only. Going to win the battle off pit road and inherit the lead back.
I think Blake Reed may have only taken 2 tires. She was only in there for 10.5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you know what? Here's what we should do. We're on a caution break. Let's go ahead and bring in our leader, Bennett Allen, now. How about that?
It sounds like a game plan. And I don't see him.
Oh,
there he is. I got him.
Oh, there you go.
Bennett Allen, Tony, and Angel up in the booth. Do you have us, sir?
Yes, sir. Gotcha.
So you started shotgun on the field. You're now leading this piece. How much fun is it to make your way through traffic here tonight at Daytona?
Well, obviously it's a super speedway, so it's a lot of fun since you're right next door to door with your fellow opponents. But honestly, it's been kind of frustrating. It's been kind of chaotic with the front pack kind of being by themselves. Like 2x2, and then earlier in the race was 3x3, which was kind of chaotic. But it's been a lot of fun. I'm just trying to get my teammates up here so we can run it, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the end. But I'm interested to see if fuel will be a factor. We're kind of doing the math in our heads right now, but it's been pretty fun.
You're probably going to need to come down for a splash and dash.
Yeah, probably. If there's another caution, definitely we're going to do that, and we should be able to make it to the end. But during yellows and stuff, we're going to be in a conservation mode, saving, clutching it in, and just trying to save every last, pint of gas we can.
Bennett,
Absolutely.
Sorry, Tony. I was going to say, Bennett, you call it chaotic. We call it exciting.
Well, y'all call it exciting, but when you're in the cockpit of this thing, man, it is stressful as heck. But
well, that's why Tony and I are up here, not down there. We're enjoying this. Because you
Yeah,
guys are putting on
exactly.
a show. But Tony, got anything else? I think we could probably...
Now, Bennett, best of luck to you as the lights go out on the pace car. We're going to move you back up. G-Force Racing, right?
all right, yeah,
All right, sir. Good luck.
appreciate it.
So that was our leader, the number 32 of Bennett Allen. And going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. Now, he does have 3 other guys up there that he can work with. And it's Austin Story in the 23, Damon Lester in the 25, and Joe Lester in the 9. Unfortunately, Joe and Damon have not had a good night of it so far.
No, yeah, but we have seen the speed out of Joe, so we'll see what he looks like here. We're going to have 26 laps to go on this restart. It's going to be close.
Oh, it's going to be a pucker moment. You're definitely going to have to go into fuel conservation mode right from the get.
Which means you cannot be leading the pack.
You're not going to want to. As the field works its way out of turn number 4, green pace car is in, green flag is in the air, and Reed rolls into it. Allen rolls into it. Reed puts his foot to the floor, though, as Allen getting a good shove on the low side from the 6 of Worrell. And you got to think Worrell right now is in the catbird seat as far as the way they sit right now, because he's able to conserve fuel running about 75% throttle as opposed to Allen, who's got to have his foot through the floorboard.
You are correct there. If you don't have your foot through the floorboard, you're going to be getting pushed through. You have a couple of these other drivers somewhere in the mid-pack where you can really just kind of run half throttle for a good long time and really be okay with this. So we'll have to see how does the racing go from here with 26 now coming across 25 laps to go, which is just outside of their fuel window, as you mentioned. So you see a lot of these drivers spreading out, and I think it's exactly what they're planning on doing. Except for the 88. He's making it 3 wide.
And there you go. Now we're almost 4 wide. Good grief. They thought better of it as the 25 of Damon Lester was coming out of the pits. Jeepers.
Oh my goodness, look at this. Here comes the 16. He's peeking. Not going to happen, but he peeked to the outside for a moment.
He was thinking about it. Didn't have quite the room to make it happen, though. as right now Worrell leading that out or that inside lane, and he's got James Morgan glued to his back bumper. The 88 of Ryan Andrews shoving the daylights out of Bennett Allen right now. So these guys are trying to get it sorted out up here in the front, trying to get it figured out. And, you know, I got to think that, you know, again, the guys that are a little bit deeper in the pack, you know, your Brad Wilson, your James Morgans, you know, they're really in the catbird seat at this point. They should be able to save enough fuel to get that extra lap, provided we don't go into overtime.
From the looks of it here, I'm going to believe that these top 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers don't believe we're going to go green here to make it to the end.
I dare say you are correct, sir. But how about Pete Nelson getting a good recovery drive after he got caught up in that first melee? Still a little bit of damage on the backside of that Rockstar Energy number 84, but good recovery drive there.
I'll say the same for Austin J. Collins in this number 98. We haven't really heard or have talked much about him. He's just kind of riding around back, and he's going to drive right across the nose there than that number 84. Put him into the 8th position now.
Absolutely, as Tennessee Vols making it happen on the low lane right now. 4th one in line on that low side freight train as Worrell continues to show the lead, getting the daylights just shoved out of him by James Morgan in the 48-3. Morgan, though, dropping down to the onto the apron there down the back straightaway, trying to get some cool air to that radiator because he was sucked up right to the back bumper of Worrell for a while.
Worrell drives all the way to the high side. Oh, that's going to cause a bit of a domino effect right there. I don't think some of those guys maybe appreciated that one.
Yeah. And just like that, they're 3 wide again.
Well, I think the 32 was hoping that maybe the 88 would follow behind him and then take Worrell 3 wide. The 88 decides to go ahead and go back to the bottom and stick with him. So that'll hurt Bennett Allen more than anybody else in that situation. He'll lose multiple spots. Here comes the number 98, Austin J. Collins. So here up to 4th on that bottom lane, orange car. He's making his way up to the front.
Absolutely. Collins having a decent run right now, keeping that car relatively clean. You know, and big shocker who's leading that inside lane. 2 of the names we've mentioned all night long, James Morgan in the 43 and the 51 of Brad Wilson. You know, those 2 guys have just been working very well together all night long so far. And I was a little bit shocked when you told me that they were not teammates.
Yeah, I'm still shocked to even hearing you tell me that's what I said. They've worked so well together this year. If they aren't already teammates, I think they need to be. As the number 98 decides to drop out of it, he said, "Nope, this is too much for me. I've kept it clean all race long. I want to leave it that way." These guys are side by side. We're coming down to 20 laps to go. Tony, how about we give these folks a turn it up session?
Sounds good.
And as a reminder for all of our fans listening right now, if you're using headphones, just remember this will get loud.
Well, perfect timing. Deciding to come back off of our fantastic turn it up session. We have our next caution of the race. 17 laps to go. Now 16 laps to go.
It's like Andrews. Oh.
Let's see what all happened here.
Eesh.
Tried cutting down in front of the 23. Just wasn't room. Heavy damage for a lot of these drivers there. Definitely not what they were hoping for. Oh.
Watch what happened to the 24.
Let's jump over to the 24 here. Oop, wrong one here. Man, that's a shame for a lot of these drivers, especially Keenan Atkinson, who really had been working hard to get his laps back there.
Absolutely.
Man, I have to say, those camera angles that we have here for that turn it up session are just some of the best. Cliff does a great job of working on these camera angles, and I wish we could stay at the same camera angle the entire time. It's so great. Here we are. Decision. You gotta come down pit road. Man, some of these guys might maybe feel like they can make it by saving some more here.
Well,
you know, Bennett,
to the official end, yes. If we go overtime, forget it.
exactly.
You're not making it.
You got 16 cars, 15, 16 cars in the lead lap. I wouldn't take that chance. I would be on pit road getting my fuel topped off. I mean, plus, the more pack into this thing, kind of takes that rear wing or that rear spoiler a little bit out of the air. I assume that's what you want, right?
Yes and no. I'd rather have that peace of mind knowing that I can make it should all hell break loose.
Absolutely.
But
well, right now, Bennett Allen is your leader, Joseph Lester, and then Peter Nelson back to him, moving up to the pack into the third position. Those three drivers did not pit that last time around. They do have their ability to pit on this next time here as they go to 3 and 4. We'll see if those three drivers decide to do so. Aside from that, everybody just pit, and they will definitely be good to make it to the end here. With 15 laps to go, more than likely 13 by the time we go green again.
Well, we're about to find out what's going to happen to this lead pack of cars as they are approaching the pit entrance right now. I would be surprised if I didn't see these guys peel off. Yeah, it looks like Lester's going.
No, these guys must really feel like they were saving a lot of fuel in that run.
That's just it. I don't know how much fuel Allen could have saved because he was leading one of those lines for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not one to judge. They are the guys, sitting in the cockpit, and they know what they've got. So,
well, we're about to find out here as lights go out on the official iRacing pace car.
Get some good-looking paint schemes here. I gotta say, just the people who do paint work for a lot of these drivers throughout all the different series, we just have such good-looking paint schemes. I mean,
yeah, you're not wrong. As the field working its way down the super stretch here at Daytona, we're getting ready to restart them to put 67 in the books. 80 the scheduled distance here tonight. And that's the one thing we forgot to ask Liam is there going to be overtime if needed? And we're going to find out, I think.
We have 3 green-white checkers.
3 of them.
3 of them.
Well then. It's going to be quite interesting as right now, the only Chevy up at the front of this thing is going to be the 84 of Peter Nelson. And again, great recovery drive for Nelson in that Rockstar Energy Camaro.
Just need some time for that Rockstar to kick in, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody else in the top 6, he's in a whole gaggle of Toyotas right now as the field works its way off of turn number 4. Pace car makes that left turn onto pit road. Allen has the button. Green flag comes back out. Allen pulls the trigger, and we are back underway. Lester, absolutely no help.
Well, no help for Bennett Allen all that much either. They just got a much better restart than the rest of the pack. Great restart for Joseph Lester, staying side by side here as they go here into turn 1. Here comes the 6 looking low, making it 3 wide with the 54 of Liam. We are 3 wide for second as they battle for first.
Jeepers.
That was a scary move, but the 6 of Worwell makes it through. He's pushing Joseph Lester hard down the backstretch. Joseph Lester now with the lead. He is clear the 32. Does he go low? He does. Now they're 3 wide for fourth. Oh, 32's on the apron. Contact with the 84. Oh, they're breaking bad. They almost had to save heavy damage here for quite a few drivers that were in contention.
Bennett Allen looks like he may have put one out of the park.
So we're going to focus in here on the number 32. You see the number 32 of Bennett Allen. He's going to tag the apron, get sideways. Great save. Up in. 84 had nowhere to go. Got into him. Laid back off. But the shot, I think, that he gave the 32 and the speed difference just sent the 32 up into the 51, into the 54. And from there, it was just chaos. Actually, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was through there.
Well, Bennett Allen just caught more airtime than a skateboard at the X Games.
Yeah, so much so that it just disappeared from our screen.
Yeah. Immediately warped back to pit road.
This 16 has some damage in the front of this car? Does that look like, or is it just...
He's got a lot of damage at the front of his car.
Okay, I thought so. So quite a few drivers, really, your top 4 made it through. Even then, James Morgan was sliding through the infield at one point there. Yes, you're right, 16, heavy damage. Ryan Andrew looking pretty good. I think he made it out of that unscathed. The 23 doesn't look too bad. Liam doesn't look as bad as I thought it was. I mean, it looked like he had some pretty decent contact. Right side's pushed in there just ever so slightly. Right
Hopefully he's got a fast repair in his pocket. Well, the good news is these guys should be able to make at least one overtime now, the guys that have stayed out. Bad news is I don't think we're done yet.
Yep, we're going to have probably 8 or 9 laps to go by the time we go green here. You see Liam, or 16 of Blake Reed coming off, fresh front end. I'm going to imagine he used his fast repair. 51 probably had to use his fast repair. I'm going to imagine that 54 will be doing so as well. 25 looks clean off pit road, as is the number 31.
Liam already burned both of his. So no fast repair available for the 54. So he's going to spend an extended period of time on pit lane trying to get that car fixed.
It's a shame. Our pole sitter in tonight's race, definitely some unlucky situations. Right now, Joseph Lester in that number 9 Toyota Supra is in first. Chris Worrell's in second. Peter Nelson up the third. And, Austin Story, haven't spoken much about him. He's up here into the 4th spot. Currently your biggest mover of the race, up 14 spots. Ryan Andrew in that infamous number 88 over here. Kyle Henneman up to 6. We've not talked much about him except for earlier in the race. He was a little further back, just trying to make up some time, and here he is up to the 6th position. Good job for him. Jackson Gleason, he's made his way back up here in the 7th. Austin J. Collins here in 8th. Blake Reed, fresh front end of that race car, in 9th. James Morgan in 10th. Bradley Wilson, another one of those drivers we saw involved in that wreck. Danny Wells in that number 31. They're driving around now the 25 car of Damon Lester, who is a few laps down. Carlin Forsyth in 13th. Patrick Clapp, we saw him a couple laps down earlier, making his way back onto the lead lap in 14th. Liam's here in 15th. Definitely looks like he lost a lap. We'll have to see how it cycles back out for him. Base lights are off. We're going to have 9 to go.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a 9-lap dash when we get back to green here. Lester, Worrell, Wilson, Story, Andrews, Henneman, Gleason, Collins, Reed, and Morgan, your top 10 as they haul it down the super stretch here behind the pace car. As you got to wonder, did Lester and Story save enough under these cautions to be able to make it to the finish?
Well, I think the Chris did he pit? Yeah, I know he
Worrell
did pit the
pitted
last time. Yes, he did
on
lap
65,
65.
so
Yes.
yeah, he
So
should be able to make it. But it's
who is your pick to win then? I'm gonna throw you into the bus here. Who's your pick to win?
the pace car.
Good chance.
Because I don't think they're done yet. I really don't think they're done having issues yet.
I am gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna say the easy choice is to say the 6 or the 9, but I'm gonna go with the 88. Pace car
Right,
down
then.
pit lane. We are
Pace
back
cars,
green.
Pace car's in. Green flag is out. Lester gets a great jump. Worrell hangs back a little bit, getting a good shove for him. The 23 of Austin Stories. They haul it off into turn number 1. Side by side for 4th right now. That's the 84 and the 88 trying to make something happen as Worrell swings it to the high side all by his lonesome. 23 slams into the back bumper of the 9. Gets a little bit squirrely, trying to check up a little bit. 88 getting a good run on Worrell, giving him a shove down the super stretch here. Worrell with a nose out front as they haul it off into turn number 3.
Man, a shove is an understatement. He had a hell of a run. Here comes the 66 of Kyle Henneman. He had a great run down the backstretch. He's up here to the 4th position. He's looking to make a name for himself. Here comes number 6 of Chris Worrell. He'll take the lead. Dive out in front of Lester. He's a little bit sideways off turn 4. They're going to all keep it straight through the start-finish line. Now the 3 wide here.
Worrell was trying to play both halves against the middle, and he's going to lose out as he's now in the sucker hole. He does have some help with the 43 of Morgan getting to his back bumper right now. And big surprise, the 43 and the 51 nose to tail again right behind Worrell in the 6.
And here it is. They got a big run. They're going to take it 3 wide for the lead here as they go down the backstretch.
Drag race into turn number 3. That's the 43 of Morgan with the nose out front. 53 going with them. They're both able to drop down in front of the 6 of Worrell. However, they cannot clear Lester in the 9. Lester trying to make it happen as he does have the 23 of Story in tow. You got a Chevy and a Toyota at the front of this thing, leading both these freight trains as give the lap to Morgan as we are 7 to go.
Here comes Chris Worrell. He's got a big run. He'll dive down here in front of Joseph Lester. They're going to be side by side. 51 trying to side draft him. Can he hold off? Here comes the 88 with the big run. He's going to give a huge shove to the 6 as they come off turn 2. They keep it straight. Big drag race down the backstretch here to dive down here into turn 3.
That's Worrell and Andrews on the low side trying to make it happen. The 51 of Wilson trying to shove the daylights out of the 43 of Morgan. Still side by side at the front of this piece, the 88 and the 6 working very well together right now as we are going to be 7 to go this time across the stripe. 6 to go this time across the stripe.
My goodness, this is just absolutely unreal. The racing we are getting from these guys, they're side by side just about all the way through the pack as we are battling for first here. Chris Worrell trying to hold off a very strong run by the 43 and the 51 as we've seen all day long. The 9 dives low, abandons the high side. This will give the advantage to those cars on the bottom. Oh, here comes 88 of Andrew.
Andrew jumps up in front of the 48.
They didn't make contact with the 53. We got the big one here. Going into turn 3, 6 laps to go. Cars are flying everywhere.
Wow.
Where to begin? Oh my goodness. This is going down the backstretch here. No, that's not the view I want. Let me try to get a good view of this one. So it looks like the 43 gets a run under the 88.
He just hooked him.
And it just He didn't go down low enough. He had more room than I think he thought.
And he didn't have the room is the point. And he just hooked him.
Yeah, and then the 6 just nowhere to go for him. The 23 is going to make it out pretty good. He's going to go drive kind of right on by. Yeah, 23 I think got minimal damage. I'm trying to see who do I want to go. Let's go
watch from Lester's helmet cam. Joe Lester in the 9. Because you're going to love this one. It looks like the parting of the Red Sea.
Oh, he almost made it through here. Nice. No contact with the wall, though. He ought to be all right.
Yeah, but just about everybody coming down pit road right now. I think the 51 is the only one that stayed out. And just as I say that, the 84 stays out as well, as does the 33 of Gleason.
This is on board here with Peter Nelson, the 84. Wow!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that is, I don't care what it is, that is ESBN's drive of the race right there. How did he make it through there? Oh my goodness. Tony,
yeah,
I don't have words.
Yeah, no, that was impressive. That was definitely impressive.
He needs to save that and submit that to iRacing. That'd be something they post on their Facebook page.
Yeah.
I don't know. I am just wow. That was just amazing. Peter Nelson. And that puts him into the second position here. Prime opportunity. No, he hasn't pit though. I mean,
who hasn't?
Peter Nelson last pit lap 52. I mean, that's past their window. So
well, we've had enough cautions.
Yeah, hopefully he's been saving enough there. Luckily for a lot of these drivers, getting that extra faster that they needed.
Yeah, absolutely is. From the looks of it, we're going to get a natural green-white checker here. And yes, we are. Lights go out on the pace car. We're going to get a restart on lap 79. So a natural green-white checker to try to finish this one off. No overtime yet.
So we get 4 technical green-white checkers then.
I will drive down to Florida and stab you.
Oh, boy.
And considering that Angel just jinxed the field, you can get your hate mail coming now. That's Angel Santiago, care of ESBN Towers, Orlando, Florida, P.O. Box OU812.
They'll have to drive past Daytona. This race might still be going on at the time. Oh, boy. Man, well, right now, Bradley Wilson is your leader in the number 51. We have seen unreal speed out of this cat all day long. He's in prime position to win this. Peter Nelson, Jackson Gleason has made it to the third position. 2 drivers who we haven't really seen run up front. Is the lack of running up front and the experience of it gonna hurt them, you think, here in the final 2 laps?
I'm not going to say no, but I cannot say yes.
I would have to agree.
As the field works its way out of turn number 4 for what we hope will be the final restart. Wilson going to have the button as the pace car gets ready to make that left turn onto pit road. There it goes. And here we go. Green flag in the air, and we are back underway for a natural green-white checker. Popsicle sticks in the air.
2 to go here. Wilson does not get the run he wanted. Here comes through the middle, the number 25.
And there we go.
never mind. I looked over for one moment. No caution, though. Looks like we're...
How is that not a caution?
I don't quite know, but here comes the number 33 of Jackson Gleason putting some side draft on the number 51. Here comes the 43 back up to the point. He's got a huge run. He dives ball. Oh, no contact with Lester. They're wrecking with the 51. Here we go. We got a caution now.
Anyways.
Okay, so this is what... Oh, no, this is not what brought the caution. Hold on a moment, everybody. Let's see, from... Nope, that's not the view I want.
The 43 got into it with the 9 coming down the back straightaway when the 33 threw the block, and unfortunately,
Took out
they just ran out of room.
2 of the fastest cars. Doesn't look like they make any contact with anybody. Fantastic job by them there.
Yeah, but they're going to have to burn their fast repairs here.
And this is the earlier incident. This looks like it was the 88
Mm-hmm.
and the 84 just kind of going for the same place at the same time for the 2 of them. Oh, how does the 66 make it out of there?
Lucky rabbit's foot.
I need one of those. I don't have nearly enough of those. Let's see what his view looks like.
Hey, it wasn't lucky for the rabbit.
Oh, he got
4,
some.
and he's got 4 of them.
All right, we are back at it here. The number 33 of Jackson Gleason is your leader. He actually started this race from the front row in second, but we've just not heard from him much. He's just been kind of laying out back, and, well, clearly it's worked out for him.
So far, so good, but he's got some very hungry wolves behind him with Joe Lester in the 9, Chris Worrell in the 6, back up into the top 3. And Pat Clapp, 2 laps down at one point, currently sitting in 5th. The only Ford in the field currently running in the top 5.
What a job he has done. I mean, that's just perseverance. I mean, it is so easy to just feel like you're down and out of it, 2 laps down in a race with so few cars, or 19 cars is a pretty good field. So I didn't mean like that. What I meant was just, it's not a 40 car field where you could have a wreck every lap almost. We've had some nice long green flag runs, so yeah, to stick with it for Patrick Clapp, and we have a couple of guys who've made their way up like in the same way. So great job for them. It's gonna make a difference here, to finish this race.
Absolutely is. Again, still waiting on the lights to go out on the pace car.
Look at Tao Owen. He's up to 14th still, just 1 lap down. He was back in 19th. That's 5 positions he has gained, just trying to stick it out there, even with that damaged race car.
Well, we do have 2 retirements to speak of, and it's Damon Lester in the 25 and the 32 of Bennett Allen. Both those guys deciding to finally say no mas. And looks like the same thing going for Pete Nelson in the 84. Pete has decided to put it on the hauler as well.
What's left of it on the hauler? I think he was one of the guys that was in the air a little bit.
Yes, he was.
So here we go. We should be coming across to the green here. Or 1 to green. Looks like they're going to line up.
Here we go. Lights are out on the pace car. A couple of these guys just trying to pit farm their cars to get them as fixed as they can. Going to need to hustle it to make it back around.
Yeah, we still have 13 cars on the lead lap.
Yes, we do.
And the 14th car is only 1 lap down, so anything from here, you guys got to think about this. It's not just trying to win the Daytona 200, the big race of the season. This is just like any other race where you still want to maximize the amount of points you get. And, maybe at a place like Daytona, it's a place where you can really gain a lot of points compared to some of the drivers who struggled. So, it never hurts to start your season off with a nice finish.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely Daytona is one of those wild card races. It's a crapshoot every time you come here, but some of these guys have raced this race pretty smart and kept their wits about them when all hell was breaking loose. And we're about to find out how this one's going to turn out as the field comes out of turn number 4 for our first of 3 attempts at a green-white checker. Jackson Gleason going to have the button as the field works its way out of turn number 4. Lights are out on the pace car. Pace car gets ready to make that hard left turn onto pit road. There it goes. Flagger has the green flag in the air. Here we go. Back underway. 2 laps to go. Lester with a nose out front as they haul it off into turn number 1. Right now, Worrell, though, pushing the daylights out of the 33 of Gleason.
I can almost guarantee you Worrell's going to find a way to make this 3 wide by going to the high side. He's peeking
like
there,
that.
peeking there. 33 is going to... Oh, 33 is going to move him up the racetrack. Here comes the 65. Patrick Clapp with a nice run as they go down the backstretch here.
And there they go.
So 1 going down, no caution just yet. 2 laps to go, sir. Chris Worrell's back on the outside. He's got help from Joe Lester there, the 23 as well. Multiple cars. Now it's 2 by 2 by 2 here, 4 rows deep. Off of turn 4. We should get the white flag here.
Well, let's find out. If the leader does take the green or white flag, that means we do race back to the checker. We are going to race back to the checker with Worrell with the nose out front. 1 more lap to go. 2.5 miles left in this event. Gleason on the low side. Worrell on the second lane. A lot of Toyota help behind Worrell. Gleason has a Ford pushing him.
Can he get enough of a run? Who's going to help here on the bottom? 65 shoving that 33 hard. The 9 trying to shove the 6. Here they drive down into turn 3. The 65 has got the 33 in the lead clear. Can they side draft here? Has the 65 pushed the 33 well enough? Coming off turn 4. Does the 65 have an opportunity? He's going to look high. Not enough. He'll jump back in the line. They're side by side. It's going to be Jackson Gleason with the wins. And they are wrecking after the start-finish line.
All hell broke loose as they took the checkered flag. Gleason, Clapp, and Worrell, your top 3. What a finish we just saw.
Oh my goodness. It's almost hard to tell who's gonna come across here in second.
They gave it to Pat Clapp.
Wow. What a finish. I am just wow.
Oh yeah. No, that was a way to start off a new season and a new league. That's a hell of a finish. As Gleason kept it quiet all night long. In that case, he's number 33, and he is going to do some well-deserved donuts here as brings it down to the start-finish line. We are actually going to reach out to the man who's doing those victory donuts right now. Jackson Gleason started on the outside of row number 1, kept it quiet all night long, came home with the W to open up the Resurgence League here in iRacing. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, man. I've always tried to pride myself on my plate racing. It's my favorite style of racing, and I come out to these races and I know that I try to be competitive. I was really concerned at the start of the race, getting caught up in a little bit of a mess, but we were able to be pretty conservative after that. And absolutely would not have won this race without the 65. He gave me the absolute two laps of pushing of a lifetime. So absolute major props to him.
Well, it was the first time we saw 2 domestic brands be able to take it to the imports tonight. How difficult was it to get by those Toyotas?
Like I said, I do enough. I live for Talladega week, so I have a feeling that you kind of have to have a sense for trouble, and I was able to kind of wait for everybody to use up all their fast repairs and sneak by there at the end. And like I said, the last couple laps were honestly a blur. I lined up third, and then Ryan and the 43 got taken out on that second to last restart, and that kind of put me right up on the front row for the last one. And like I said, 65 just did an absolutely phenomenal job of pushing me. I was concerned about the run coming from the outside, but we were able to hold on.
All right. Jackson, congratulations on winning the inaugural race for the Resurgence League. Is there anybody you need to thank before we let you go tonight?
I want to thank my league owner there, Liam, for getting us back together. Pretty special for me to be one of the inaugural members back on the old PlayStation days, and to be able to get the win right off the bat for kind of my friend group to kind of start this Resurgence League, as we used to call our old league, the Surge League. And to be the first one to win is really special. So thanks to Liam for putting it on, and thanks to everybody that pushed me tonight.
All right, Jackson Gleason, congratulations on the win. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
And Angel, I believe you have the driver of the only blue oval in the field with you now.
Patrick, this is Angel and Tony in the ESBN broadcast booth. You got us?
I got you. How's it going?
Patrick, man, what a fantastic drive for you. Tony mentioned it, I believe. So you were 2 laps down at one point. What was the mentality being that being a few laps down with so few cars in the field?
Well, I was hoping to get lucky a couple of times. I was trying to race. I think it's Tal, trying to make sure I got one of the lucky dogs, and pretty much just trying whatever I could to get back on the lead left. And it's just anything can happen from there. It was fun.
It was just a blast to watch, Patrick. Excuse me. I'm a blue oval guy, so seeing the only
There we
Ford
go.
finish in second place is pretty awesome. Jackson did say he didn't win this race if it wasn't because of you, because you just gave him the best final 2 laps of pushing out there. I'm sure you really kind of thought about taking, going forward off of turn 2 on the last lap. What made you decide to pull back in line?
Well, yeah, of course I thought about it, but I didn't want to wreck everybody when you're on the bottom line. It's hard to go anywhere. There's no room to go up, can't go down. So I just stuck with him, and we finished 1-2, so that worked out great.
Yeah, Patrick, fantastic job. I'm sure you got a couple people you'd like to thank here before we let you go and enjoy this podium finish.
Oh yeah, just definitely want to thank my sponsor, Bush Beer.
That's pretty nice. All right, Patrick, congratulations on your second place finish here, and good luck. We'll see you if we're not talking to you next week, one spot ahead of it.
We appreciate it. Y'all take it easy.
So that was our second place finisher, Pat Clapp. And joining us now, a man that we've talked to so many times in the booth here on ESBN, we might just as well hire him. Chris Worrell, all things considered, you can't be too disappointed with a podium finish.
No, it was a lot of fun. I didn't have any teammates out here. Everybody in here I raced with tonight, I've never raced with before, so it's a whole new field. And I didn't have anybody I could rely on there, throughout the race. But I was able to hang on and get a third place finish.
Well,
Especially
we saw.
thanks to Joe's. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, we saw the same old Chris Worrell that we've always seen, where you race smart, you race hard, and you're always towards the front. But, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Joseph there at the end. We were going to try to hook up and see if we could get 1-2. But Patrick there just had so much. He just pushed the 31 car, I believe, the 33 of Jackson so good that we just had nothing for him there. I think, Joseph might have gotten split up or a little loose from somebody. And I saw where he had to kind of lift there a little bit. And after that, it was shot. But we had a little run there towards the finish line. I thought I had gotten Patrick at the line, but ended up coming third. But, it's fun. Looking forward to Atlanta, racing in front of you guys, in front of something that's not a Daytona or Talladega. So that'll be fun.
Now we have seen you before in other leagues on the 1.5 miles. Your thoughts going into that 1.5 miles next week?
Oh, I'm confident. I can't wait to run there. It's my favorite track. I love Atlanta. Good amount of laps. I think I can go get the win next week if if there's not too many cautions there. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right, sounds good, Chris. Who do you need to thank before we let you go?
Resurgence League for letting me join. I had fun tonight. Everybody that helped work with me throughout that race had a lot of fun up front. Tony, you, and anyone else in the booth tonight that I'm missing the name of.
Angel.
Thank you guys for doing the broadcast. I can't wait to go and look at it.
All right, Chris Worrell. Now, do me a favor. Settle an argument that we had last night. Worrell or Worrell?
Me and my family say Worrell, but almost everyone else says Worrell. I think it's supposed to be pronounced Worrell, but we're from the South. We just chill
There you go.
Worrell.
Fair enough. All right then. Again, Chris, congratulations on the podium. We'll see you next week at Atlanta.
Thanks, Tony. Have a good one.
So that was our top three. And Angel, your takeaway from the inaugural race for the Resurgence?
My goodness, what a race! I mean, these guys put on an absolute show. This has got to be one of the better super speedway races that I have done in a long time.
Absolutely, action packed from the start, from the drop of the green. I mean, we did see a few chippy moments early, but it's just one of those. Everybody's excited to start, the new league. Everybody wants to make their mark in the new league. I think as the season wears on, we're going to see these guys calm down a little bit and really get down to business.
I just today was this good. I can't imagine what the rest of these races are going to be. This is just going to be an absolute blast. I know, Tony, you get to be here full time. I won't quite be full time here with you, but like I say, I'm going to be jealous. You're going to have a blast here.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to bringing this action to everybody every Saturday night. And again, we do broadcast on ESBN every night of the week, so don't forget to subscribe, like, favorite, subscribe, share, turn on bell notifications. Give us a thumbs up in the video, too. That really helps with the YouTube algorithm to try to bring this race to a greater number of people out there. But, Angel, what do you say we give a quick rundown of the finishing order before we send it off for the night?
Absolutely. Let's go go ahead and get that up here. Jackson Gleason, winner for the inaugural Resurgence League here on iRacing for Daytona. Patrick Clapp, your ESBN biggest mover of the race, up 13 spots from his starting position in second. Chris Worrells in third. Danny Wells stayed out of trouble all day and coming home in fifth place. In fourth place. Bradley Wilson would be fifth. Austin J. Collins sixth. Ryan Andrew in seventh. Ninth place for Carlin Forsyth, another person just staying out of the way today and success. Rounding out your top 10 was Kyle Henneman.
11th going to James Morgan. Liam Irving in 12th. Last car being scored on the lead lap. And I'm not sure how you've got it on your end, but I'm showing official iRacing timing and scoring showing Joe Lester unfortunately came home one lap down in 13th. Tal Owens in 14th, 15th going to Keaton Atkinson, Pete Nelson in 16th, 17th going to Blake Reed, Damon Lester in 18th, and 19th going to Bennett Allen.
Well, I can tell you right now why that might be. He finished with a 28X, and I do believe that there is a penalty at 25. That would give him
the Dairy Queen Award.
Oh man, I think that happened after the start-finish line too. So always interesting to see what a league might, how they might rule that. But as for the league to decide, we had an absolute blast here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking forward to bringing you guys the rest of the season for these guys. Amazing action all night long. Angel, thank you for doing the yeoman's work in the production truck tonight. Got to thank Liam for letting us bring this league to the masses. And for Mr. Angel Santiago, this is Tony Trapassa reminding you, ladies and gentlemen, that as you walk down the road of life,